right. So, big game tomorrow. The game. Oh man, why am I so nervous about this one this time with Michigan? Since this is Baby Stroud's first ever big game as a freshman, wouldn't this be historic if he pull this off and give Harbaugh a ninth straight loss to the Buckeyes? You know what I mean? And he's still gonna keep his job for another 10 years.
That's the sad part, but again, it's about tenure, and I guess again, he has his family history. His daddy was a coach from Michigan at one point, so I mean, I guess it just runs in the family. They're stuck with him. I mean, but I guess it's in OSU's favor then, right? I mean, come on, we can switch up coaches, on a regular and still beat the mess out of Michigan. Unfortunately,
no,
that's the sad part.
No, it's gonna be a slaughter, man. You can't stop those receivers, man. You put up almost 60-something points on Michigan State.
Yeah, that was shocking to me too. I was expecting a little bit more of a competition out of Michigan State, and
you kept Joseph Walker to like what 77 yards total, maybe less than that. I'm scared. Like, but it's in the big house though. But man, this will be so monumental for C.J. Stroud. He should get Heisman if he beats Michigan. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
He should definitely get it. It shouldn't even be Bryce Young because he's been inconsistent. It's just what it is,
Okay, so my next question, and again, I guess this is the topic of this video, is what does Ohio State have to do on its end to go to beat and triumph Michigan? I mean, I don't know.
The passing
because
game.
I'm so used to seeing it just about every single year with OSU mopping the floor with Michigan's face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, maybe because I'm my expectations are a little too high right now, or at least I'm thinking I know what I expect.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say if there's an upset made, let's say if Michigan does beat OSU, what would it take for OSU to step it up this time around? Is there an answer?
I don't think so. I think if Michigan wins, they get into the college playoff and everything. And it wouldn't be a failure for Ohio State because remember, they have a lot of young people on that team.
Right.
They have a quarterback. They have a new defense. Now, next year will be interesting because they're going to lose their receivers,
Yeah.
You got mold the new ones that are coming in and everything. But Ryan Day is a genius, and he don't play when it's play calling.
Yeah,
I've seen him make some of the greatest adjustments where he is like chess pieces to a chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
Like he always has those, ways of just like, okay, what the heck happened? Now we're down by 21. He's an assassin.
Yeah,
the coach is an assassin. I mean, he's just no fear. Go for it on like 4th and 3. He's not scared.
Pretty calm and collect. At least that's what he appears. I mean, he might be breaking down and trembling on the inside and panicking and everything, and just praying that things work out. I mean,
like
honestly,
or well, dude, she was just put together overnight. People started giving him crap about him losing to Oregon.
Yeah. Look how Stevens is turning out. Again, it's better to lose early in the season than later on in the season where you get knocked down in the ranking.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've seen time and time again. So,
yeah. And Michigan, with Michigan State, Walker ran for almost 200 something yards and came back and beat them. Now, Travion Henderson, on the other hand, he can get his 200 yards if he wanted to, but Ohio State is much more loaded when it comes to offense.
Definitely, without question.
I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Wow.
Hey, Aaron, for those people that don't know, can you please explain to the world what your background picture is for those that don't know?
These buck nuts right here, these old Buckeyes.
These poison
nuts. They're talking about nuts because the Wolverine's gonna eat these nuts and get poisoned like they do every year. That's why I got these nuts right here. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Wolverine, one of them little rat rodents or whatever. It's like, they're going to eat one of these nuts, get poisoned, think they have something going for them.
People always say, what is a Buckeye? That's like the biggest. People say, what is a Buckeye? And then they see the little guy running, Brutus the Buckeye on the football field. So no one knows what it's like the going joke, you know what I mean? Like, what's a Buckeye? You know what I mean?
And I was born in Michigan, and I moved to Ohio when I was 10, and being an alma mater of OSU. It's just basically like, a rivalry. You go with the school that you progressed your life in.
Right.
They've done that. So, like, I love my family in Michigan. They haven't done that in Michigan. It's just a leeway to get something better,
Let me ask you guys a question. After all these years of this bickering about what the rivalry, where it stems from between OSU and Michigan, do you guys feel like it's at this point it's ridiculous, or it's just a tradition that must go forward, or what?
I think it's tradition.
Is that what it is? You think it's just tradition that we should actually commit to this rivalry, this fight? I mean, honestly, I just don't. Me personally, I don't see the actual point of it, at least as far as like from Ohio and Ohio State's end, only because for those who don't know, this whole rivalry started when the United States Congress had granted some extra land, notice the Toledo Strip, to Ohio instead of granting that land over to Michigan. And since then, again, that's one of the biggest causes as to why this rivalry exists today. But again, for me, again, Ohio has the land, okay? That's just my way of seeing it.
We like that, though. That's why it's been so much of a what you call it. And plus, the states are so connected together, right, with everything that's just, above north. And you have the Great Lakes and everything. Then you have Cleveland, with all those like it becomes one of those rivalries from like 1910. I could probably go way back.
Yeah.
But when you get dominated as much, it doesn't start to be a rivalry. It starts
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just like this isn't even a rivalry
like getting pumped,
yeah.
This
is like. Go ahead, Mike.
No, this is the 117th game. So it's still, it's, to be honest with you, it's more respectable on Ohio State's part right now, but it's still, Michigan still has the advantage, but it's competitive at this point, you know what I mean? So, and plus at this point, the media, as we all know, the media is just pumping it. And what I looked into it today, Fox Sports, they pretty much have the rights to the game. So Fox Sports exclusively, it used to be
broadcasting the game.
Yeah. So
they're the only ones.
At this point, it's just more of a marketable commercial thing at this point, where they're just hyping it up. So it's like it's like blue versus red, you know what I mean, type of thing, so
that's exactly what it is.
So let me ask y'all this: CJ Stroud, a freshman, in his first big game, how do you think he do? And do you think this game will be a defining moment on him getting the Heisman?
Well, Mike and I have already discussed this a little bit earlier this week with what he was paid, or at least what he's getting out of his 4-year tuition with Ohio State as the starting QB. And again, he's already showing his greatness on the field already in his freshman year. But if OSU is going to be paying him what they're paying him, he better come through. That's just the way I see it. I mean, why go or pay that much for, a QB who basically just, blows it at the most critical time? Is my question. So, and I don't think, honestly, I just feel like there's more to it than that. I feel like there's more, like, we should be looking beyond Michigan at this point. Yes, Michigan is still a focus, but I would say at this point, it's also about the any championships that come. I mean, where are we going to be in? Are we going to be in the Sugar Bowl or what? I know we still got to focus on the BCS after the tournament and all that. But
It could be the Cotton Bowl, I heard, the Sugar Bowl. It could be the Peach Bowl. I'm not sure which bowl.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be one.
It'll be a big disappointment if they lose this game, to be truthfully honest.
Well, it's an away game. It's like Aaron said, it's in the big house. So, anything could happen on such short notice. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe even the rest might, kind of favor Michigan a little bit,
Could be, like a difference between the field goal. Who knows?
Yeah. It could be anything could be under the table. So it could be a number of things. So OSU would just have to be very careful. Again, they're behind enemy lines. Best way I can put it.
And I'll ask you this question: does Harbaugh still have a job if he loses in Michigan?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Only because despite the fact that he has had a good season this year as well. Ohio State, I think, is probably the biggest statement that he would have to make in order to retain his job. I mean, I think that school is embarrassed of losing to the Bucks every single year, pretty much consecutively. I mean, ever since Jim Tressel, started coaching at OSU. Right. Michigan has had a really frustrating time as far as trying to get over that hurdle and passing up OSU. So
and imagine the second, third year coach doing that. Ryan Day, Urban Meyer owned Michigan, so that ain't gonna change.
Yeah,
but like for a third year coach to do that, that means he has no fear on pulling, just stacking the deck. He has no fear.
Right.
He does,
right.
So that's that. And I think he got that from Urban Meyer. He's blessed with talent. Like if you put Ryan Day in Michigan and Jim Harbaugh, I don't know. They'll probably be like, you have the talent. You can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah. And honestly, now you're mentioning all this, I mean, I really feel like it is probably best for Michigan to move on to another coach that is that has I can't say more credentials and more qualified or anything else like that, because qualifications don't necessarily mean anything. Somebody who can bring that type of intensity and that type of competition to Michigan,
Right.
So.
And I think Harbaugh could do it in some games, but he just looks dumbfounded every time he coaches a game. Like, I think the games they win by big, but the games that matter, he just looks dumbfounded. Like, hey.
But you know what though, he does. Outside of when we see the game going on, he's got swag. I'm not gonna lie, man. He's got hip hop swag.
You call that swag?
Yeah, Harbaugh, the coach for Michigan, man. He's got charisma, you know what I mean? So, like, he's charismatic.
But what does that lead you if you're losing to your rivals each year? Like, it's just like talk or whatever, or
I think that's what it is. It's boasting, like he said, it's charisma. To me, it's maybe it's bravado.
Probably.
Yeah. Sounding tough, sounding like you got a lot of again, almost like the NWA attitude, but you're not really following up with it.
And people say they may be the Dallas Cowboys of football. Think about it.
Oh wow.
You get one step closer, and what happens? Stephen A. Smith said it there. Accident, just wait. They will not let you down.
Right.
That's about the Wolverines. It's like they will do something where they will not let you down for them getting to that next level.
But it's a big game though, because I feel like, from what I looked at it, number one, obviously Georgia. I feel like Cincinnati, next weekend, if they could hang on, I feel like they're gonna make it. So if Michigan does happen to beat Ohio State, then I think Michigan is gonna probably be in, you know what I mean? And then Notre Dame is gonna probably sneak in. So I think even though I think Ohio State's gonna win, but it'll be a big upset, man, if Ohio State blows this one.
You be have some mad fans, but you're gonna have mad fans in the Michigan game.
Yeah.
If they lose 9 straight in Michigan again, man, I don't even want to know what that stadium gonna be like. They're gonna probably throw like
I'll say there's gonna be some sort of rise going on. Or some depression, some acts of depression. I mean, again, and I'll say it. I mean, we've all went to Ohio State. We've seen how some of these fans even act. Some of them just drink out of depression. Okay, and again, they don't even want to talk about the loss.
You know, they want to talk about it. It's gonna sting, and you know it. But the thing is, you can't get rid of Harbaugh. I don't think you can get rid of him.
No. He's already got a tenure, and they've already signed the contract. They might do a payout, I don't know, and then just release him maybe from his contract, I would think. But other than that, man, yeah, you're right. They're pretty much kind of stuck with him. I mean, I don't know if that's I would say that's a burden. That's somewhat of a burden. I mean, it's just like that one female you wish you hadn't, gotten involved with. It's just that would be Harbaugh.
Yep, man, that's sad too, because I actually like Harbaugh, but I mean, you got to win the big ones, and like, you can't win the big ones, you can't get to the next level. I think they should have been in the national championship by now.
Well, his records over the years have been pretty inconsistent, haven't they?
They've been winning records, yes, but that's as best as he can get them.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's just talent versus heart. OSU's got the talent. They got like the best receiving core, top-notch running back, top-notch QB. Defense got better.
And hunger. That's probably what it is too. Is it's hunger. I mean, Michigan probably doesn't have that same fuel, like behind them like Ohio State does. So that's probably one of the biggest things.
I mean, and then you look at the quarterback from Michigan, which they do have a decent offensive line, and then they still got nice receivers. So my only question is, with that, can the corners of OSU cover those tight ends and receivers? Michigan, right. A lot of tight ends in their game, and that's what's going to kill us. And that running back, what's his name, Haskins. So that, which I think we could stop him though. So who knows? Hey, Mike, I just said this to Jay. OSU and Cincinnati in the top 4, an all-Ohio college football playoff.
It's gonna happen. I feel like I've been talking about this for how long I've been talking about it, and I feel that I'm very confident that Ohio State's gonna win. I feel like if you look at Ohio State's receivers, I give the receiving core like a B plus. Quarterback, I give him a B plus, B. I give the running back, because the running back, I think he broke Claret's record. It's been like almost 20-year record at I think the most yards. He did. So I give the running back, I would say he's for about a B plus. So overall, I think the team and the defense is always good. So I think the team overall, it's just inexperienced, but I feel like they're overall like probably a B plus team. So that's what my overall, top to bottom, you know what I mean? Like every position is like about a B plus. So I'm confident that, they're not going to lose to Michigan. It'll be a big upset if they choke or whatever. I just think they got a balanced attack. You know what I mean? Like I don't see them losing. And I think that this team will actually beat Alabama. I feel like this team could do it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Georgia, I don't know. I don't think Georgia's a different animal.
Georgia's a whole different animal. Imagine if they play Cincinnati in the first round of the college football. Oh man, they'll slaughter Cincinnati, man. Come on.
Well, I'm getting the t-shirts. Man. I'm coming to get my the battle for Ohio. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna get the merch. So
if Cincinnati beat Georgia,
that's not gonna happen.
Wow.
Desmond Ridder, man, but you're dealing with a whole different, faster animal conference. in the Cincinnati and probably one of the worst conferences I've ever seen. Geez, have mercy. Who'd y'all beat in the last game? East Carolina, who has been absolutely trash.
Yeah.
How? That's bad.
Is that the rival? East Carolina?
I think so. Because now
I was wondering about that. I'm like, why are they playing against East Carolina? This is supposed to be rivalry week, and I would have thought they would have had another Ohio team.
You know, I feel like, to be honest about that, I feel like, you know, with the coach coming from Ohio State and now coaching in Cincinnati, I feel like moving forward, they're going to do a lot of amendments for their schedule. And I feel like you're going to see over the next 4 years, you're going to see Cincinnati's schedule to get a lot more, you know, prolific.
Yeah, I was not expecting anything like this out of Luke Fickell, especially with the way he performed at OSU. Maybe it was just not the right setting for him. Maybe OSU was just a little too much for him. But for what it's worth, I mean, he's definitely turned around the University of Cincinnati's football program. So to that extent, I do give him a lot of credit.
I do. I mean, and look at Desmond Ridder, man. He stayed all 5 years because he wanted to get that chip. Imagine that.
Yeah, he's going to the NFL. They're definitely, you know, talking about him as far as like NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think with this game tomorrow, man, it's going to be interesting. They're either going to keep Harbaugh, or the fact of the matter is there's going to be some, it's just not going to look good. And I'm a Buckeye fan, and I hope they tear the mess out of Michigan. But because, like, it's just like, dang, Harbaugh's been there losing 9 straight. He got to accept the fact, like the Cowboys, this is who they are, you know?
Right. Definitely. So who do you think is in it for the Heisman? That's my next question. Who's your opinion?
You basing it on like consistency?
Correct.
I say Stroud. I can't say Bryce Young because he's not been that consistent. And, you know, he's had some inconsistency in games or whatever. If you looking at that, I mean, I would say Stroud. Hey, baby, excuse me, have Bryce Young number 2, you know?
Fair. Mike?
You know, for me, I'm a Kenneth Walker guy, you know what I mean? So I would say it just depends on this game. I mean, I feel like if they give Michigan what they gave to Michigan State, or if they repeat the performance that they did against Michigan State, or even somewhat of that type of performance, then I would have to go with, you know, and I think quarterbacks obviously are more of a, you know, more of a sexy Heisman. So I could see him winning it, but I'm going for Kenneth Walker, man. I just feel like if you take him off that Michigan State team, that team doesn't go anywhere. So for me, it's debatable, you know what I mean? Like it depends on how Ohio State does. But you know, you got until like December to make that final call. But I say he'll finish 1 or 2. You know, I don't think it's gonna be anything less than first or second. You know, I feel like it's gonna be, you know, however this Michigan game goes, and you know.
So you saying if Kenneth Walker gets 200 something rushing yards against Penn State?
Well, see the thing about OSU, I just feel like with the OSU game, I feel like they just, you know, they didn't want to risk, because you gotta understand, like, you know, he's an NFL guy, you know, so I don't think they wanted to put him through that type of like hits and everything like that to try. And it's like, what you gonna get out of it, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like they just threw the game. They said, look, it's just, we'll take the L, move on, whatever. So I don't really hold that against him, whether he got 70 yards or 100, whatever he had. I feel like they just didn't have enough weapons on offense to handle the coaching of Ohio State. I don't think I didn't even really look at the game because it was kind of over at halftime, but I like Kenneth Walker. You know, that's my guy. You know what I mean? I've been talking about him all season, but I'm impressed with what Ohio State's been doing the last two seasons. I mean, the last 2 months. And, you know, you see the committee bump them up to number 2. So, you know, if they bump them up, that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a huge statement. it's a huge statement. So yeah. I wasn't expecting for them to plateau as high as they did.
After the Oregon loss.
Yeah, especially after the Oregon loss. But again, you can always dust it off and try again, as Leah would say. And look, we've seen what happened to Oregon. We've seen what has happened to, in fact, a number of those teams, honestly. The teams that were top ranked. Yeah, they ended up stumbling. Now losing limited minutes. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, we're doing some work or whatever, you know what I mean, tonight. But yeah, that's pretty much what this was about, just to kind of see what the consensus is. And I feel like, Aaron says Ohio State, Jay says Ohio State, and I say Ohio State. So that's a trifecta. So
they gotta eat these nuts right here, man, and take the
L. I'm gonna leave that alone there.
Cashews are not acceptable.
Well, yeah. I don't know what's on Mike's mind, but you know what I mean.
Mike Wilson, what is on your mind?
I don't say it's too easy.
Yeah, but yeah, we already, at least we did this previous interview, as I tell you, Jay, where we have a good buddy from Michigan named Johnny. So he wants to come on and do a recap. So we'll see if that's going to happen tomorrow and what time. And maybe we'll all come and just do a group conversation about the game and everything like that. So
will this be pregame or postgame?
Postgame.
Okay.
Probably a postgame. I don't know what time or how it will work out, but we'll see. We'll try to put something together. So
all right, sounds good. Well, until next time, I guess. All you folks at home, tune in for the next exciting episode and see what we have for you guys the next time.
All right, let's get this win, Bucks. We all need it, right?
That's right.
Aaron, you look kind of concerned, Aaron. I don't know if you're tired or you just.
Yeah, I'm concerned because Ohio State can't let up, man. They cannot afford to make any mistakes. They cannot let up. Go for the throat. You know what I mean? Go for the throat.
One slip up is all it takes. It's usually all it takes.
Yep.
So
that's true.
Mistakes can be made. All right.
Now, it's been fun, Mike. Definitely been fun.
All right, guys. Well, we'll talk tomorrow, okay?
All right.
All right.
Talk tomorrow.
All right, peace.
Later.